Hello everybody and welcome to our third, this is our third unboxing of Magic. And today we're going to be unboxing Dragons of Tarkir. I know this is kind of a little late. We've been, I've been busy starting videos, getting them written and stuff like that. So let's get straight to it. We got a loot crate unboxing, but I'm gonna do something a little different than what I have in the past. Well, I guess in the last one, I'm gonna make a little skit about what it is, and March's was covert operations, or covert, whatever. So I'm gonna do a little skit of that. But we're also going to be doing this unboxing a little different too. We have my top 5 picks that I did, which was Dragon Lord Kolaghan, Hidden Dragon Slayer, Descent of the Dragons, Bolt Wing Marauder, and Dragon Tempest. Now, hopefully, we can get these bad boys and complete my list. So, right off the bat, we got an awesome mythic, Dragon Whisperer. He's a 2-drop, human shaman. You get to, if you pay 1, or tap 1, Mountain Dragon Whisperer gains flying until the end of the turn. If you tap 2, Dragon Whisperer gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. And if you play the Formidable, which is 6, put a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. So freaking, that's actually a pretty good card, especially if you have a lot of stronger monsters in your deck. Then that's gonna be and you have red, obviously, so that'll be the card to have. So that's pretty awesome. So we got Profaner of the Dead. Profaner of the Dead. He's a Naga wizard, or Naga, whatever. Exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When it exploits a creature, return to their owner's hands all creatures your opponent controls with toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness. Wow. So for a 4-drop, you basically, if you have, again, stronger monsters, you sacrifice a strong monster, you can return all creatures from your opponent's side of the field. So that's actually a good box so far, in my opinion. We got an Ire Shaman. He's a 2-drop. Ire Shaman can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. He has Megamorph, which is morph, just mega. You got to put a +1/+1 counter on it. When Ire Shaman is turned face up, I exile the top card of your library. Until the end of the turn, you may play that card. So he might actually go in my deck. Exile a top card and say it's a lightning strike or something kind of cheaper to play, because he's only a 2, so I'll be able to play a monster and then play another card same turn. So we got Sirach the Hunt Caller. Legendary creature, human warrior, formidable. At the beginning of your combat, if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until the end of turn. So for a 4/4 he's a 5/4, so that's a pretty decent card also. Yeah. So basically what I'm noticing so far is if you have stronger, you probably need stronger creatures now to have certain abilities, such as Formidable. So we have Ojutai's Command. It's a 4-drop. You get to choose two. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain 4 life, counter target creature spell, or you get to draw a card. So pretty good effects. If you have weaker cards, you get to return to the graveyard. So 2 or less, that's not bad. Gain 4 life, so pretty decent. Oh, and we got another rare, Icefall Regent. Creature dragon. He has flying for 5, 4, 3. Icefall Regent enters the battlefield. Tap target creature and opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control this card. Spells your opponent casts that target Icefall Regent costs 2 more to cast. So for 5 drop, you get to tap a target creature, and it doesn't untap, and that would actually go good against burn, because I would like cards like that if he didn't have the final ability where it would cost me more. I would try like lightning striking him or anything like that. We got a Zergo Bellstriker, legendary creature. Zergo Bellstriker can't block creatures with power 2 or greater, but he's a 1-drop, 2/2. So, and he also has dash, which gains haste if you play it. So for 2-drop, has haste, 2/2. But he can't block though, so you might want to have other creatures out on the battlefield or more tokens. So far, none of our 5 picks, which is fine. There's plenty of cards to go through. We got Sunbringer's Touch, sorcery. Bolster X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it gains trample until the end of the turn. So in my case, it's a 4-drop, but in my case, it wouldn't. That would not go too well in my deck because I tend to play my cards quite fast, and I end up having very few cards. So I would only be able to choose a few creatures for that ability. Number of cards in your hands, each creature you control. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, another mythic. Ryzen Executioner, 4-drop. Zombie Warrior. Ryzen Executioner can't block, but he's a 4/3. Other zombie creatures you control get a +1/+1. You may cast Ryzen Executioner from your graveyard if you pay 1 more to cast it for each other creature in your graveyard. So if you have other creatures in your graveyard, it adds 1 more. Wow. Well, I guess in zombie decks, most of the time you're gonna have them creatures back out onto the battlefield. So that actually might be a powerful card to have in a zombie deck if it's played right. Gleam Authority, or Gleam of Authority. It's a 2-drop enchantment. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on other creatures you control. Enchanted creature has vigilance and tap 2 for bolster 1. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. So this card basically, if you have Megamorph, anything that gives your creatures a +1/+1, that creature also gets the +1/+1, and you get the bolster each turn. So you can get your creatures pretty jacked up fast. Alright. Arashin Sovereign, 7-drop, creature dragon. Flying, when Arashin Sovereign dies, you may put it on top or bottom of its owner's library. So 7-drop for a 6/6 flyer that basically you can always draw. It's not really that great. I mean, you're gonna have to pay 7 each turn just for to bring him back onto the battlefield. So I'm not impressed. Oh yeah, here we go. Number 1, Dragon Lord Kolaghan. It's a freaking, beautiful, beautiful card. 6-drop, flying, haste. Other creatures you control have haste. Whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in his or her graveyard, that player loses 10 life. I am going to get a whole set of this card. A whole set. Because it stops your opponent from playing multiples, and you're gonna lose life. Like, if you have a crap load of Chandras or Elspeth, like if your opponent has a whole bunch of Elspeth, you're gonna stop them, because if it's in their graveyard and they play it, they're gonna lose 10 life. Oh my goodness! Not in my top 5, but we got a Sarkhan. Yeah! Sarkhan Unbroken. It's a 5-drop. +1, draw a card, then add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. -2, put a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield, and then -8, search your library for any number of dragon creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. A fantastic planeswalker if you have a dragon deck. I think I'm gonna build a dragon deck just because there's a lot of dragons, which is awesome. So we got one of ours, top 5, Anafenza, Kintree Spirits. It's 2-drop, legendary creature, Spirit Warrior. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, bolster 1. Choose the creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. So pretty awesome. Okay, my camera turned off, but so far we got one of our number 5, one of our top 5. So if we get all 5 in one booster, I will die. I will have a freaking panic attack. How awesome that would be. So let's keep this awesome box going. We got Damnable Pact. X and then 2/2. Target player draws X cards and then loses X life. So pretty straightforward card. You get to draw some cards, but you're also gonna lose some life, which is awesome. Any cards that make my opponent lose life, it's just, I love it. Oh my goodness! Number 2 on the list, Dragon Tempest. So a 2-drop, enchantment. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, it gains haste until the end of the turn. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to a target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control. And the reason why I like this card and why it's on my top 5 is because it turns tokens, it's Descent of the Dragons turns your tokens into dragons. And then you play that card, Dragon Tempest, and then they turn into dragons. So your opponent's gonna lose some life, which is freaking fantastic. And I'm going to get a set of them. So, Sunscorched Regent. It's a 5-drop. Flying, whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sunscorched Regent. You gain 1 life. Pretty good card. It's a 5-drop. So, you're going to be building that bad boy up pretty fast. Alright, this is great. Alright. So we got Secure the Waste. X and 1. Put X 1/1. What? Warrior creature tokens onto the battlefield. I did not know this card existed. Secure the Wastes. I'm gonna have to put that in my deck. I'm gonna overhaul my deck pretty hardcore. Secure the Wastes. Again, that puts tokens onto the battlefield, but I'm gonna be turning them into dragons. So So 7-drop, Foe Razor Regent, creature dragon. Flying, when Foe Razor Regent enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Whenever a creature you control fights, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it at the beginning of the next end step. So basically, whenever you do a battle, you're going to be building your creatures up. So, pretty good cards. A lot of cards that put +1/+1 on it, which is good because there's other effects. So we got a Commune with Lava, X, and then 2/2, instant. Whoa, whoa, oh. Exile the top X cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. So you get to play cards, exile them, play them, which isn't bad, but you need a lot. I feel like you need quite a bit of mana out for those cards to be really effective. Because if you play it, then you exile, or no, you have until your next turn. Yeah, until the end of your next turn. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Sidisi Undead Vizier. It's a 5-drop zombie. Death Touch, exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. And when he exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So, you get to search your freaking deck for a card that you want, then you just put it in your hand, then you shuffle your library, and then you can play it. So, I love cards like that. If that way you're not waiting a whole entire battle for a card. You can just play that, and there you go. You get the card right into your hand. Alright, we got Silmagar's Command. It's a 5-drop instant, and you get to choose 2. Counter target non-creature spell. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Target creature gets -3/-3. Or simply destroy a planeswalker. So for a 5-drop, you can destroy a planeswalker and do whatever else you want. I feel like planeswalkers, especially lately, they have a much greater impact for the set itself. Like Sarkhan, for example, with the dragons, bring them right back. And I believe Liliana also has something like that, where you get to bring all your creatures to the field, but from the graveyard. We got Hedonist's Trove. It's a 7-drop. It's an enchantment. When Hedonist's Trove enters the battlefield, exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard. You may play land cards exiled with Hedonist's Trove. You may cast non-land cards exiled with Hedonist's Trove. You can't cast more than one spell this way each turn. So you exile your opponent's graveyard, and you can play their lands from target opponent's graveyard. You can play lands exiled this way, and you may cast non-land cards. So basically, you can play your opponent's cards, I believe, if I'm reading that right. That's actually a pretty sweet card if that's how it is. Like, you can build your mana up, and then you can play their own cards. And especially, like, because there's a lot of people who make web decks. They'll go on the web and for Pro Tours, and then they'll build decks from other people. They don't take the time and build their own decks. They just copy. It's cheap, and everyone knows, like, oh, if you have the same exact freaking cards in the deck, we know you built it from the web. So we got Silmagar's Assassin. It's a 2-drop. Creatures with power greater than him can't block it. So he can go straight to your opponent's life. Has Megamorph if you cast 3. When Silmagar Assassin is turned face up, destroy target creature with power 3 or less an opponent controls. So destroy an opponent's card, destroy an opponent's creature. So Pretty straightforward for 2. Not bad. Well, technically 3. Because if you want to play Megamorph, and then he'll be a 3/2. So we got Blessed Reincarnation. It's a 4-drop instant. Exile target creature an opponent controls. That player reveals cards from the top of his or her library until a creature card is revealed. The player puts that card onto the battlefield, then shuffles the rest into his or her library. And it has rebound. If you cast this spell from your hand, exile it as a result. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you may cast this card and exile it without paying its mana. Yeah, let's just pretend that card was never created, because I don't understand how that would be good. Because, yeah, I mean, I guess you could play it if your opponent has a pretty strong creature out, but do you really want to take the chance that they're going to get an even better card? Yeah, not me. I'm not, dude, hell no. Avatar of Resolute. It's a 2-drop creature avatar. Reach, Trample. Avatar of the Resolute enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature you control with a +1/+1. So you can build him up pretty damn fast. So, really fast. And okay, and we're back. I know it's only like 0.2 seconds. From what happened, but to me it's like 7. So let's continue this awesome streak that we got going here. We have pretty good cards. So we got Volcanic Vision, 7-drop sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponent controls. Then exile this card. So if you have a pretty expensive card in your graveyard, you play that, you bring that bad boy back to your hand, you can literally take out your opponent's monsters. So, oh my goodness. Number 3 on the list, Hidden Dragon Slayer. It's a 2-drop. Lifelink, Megamorph. Pay 3. You get +1/+1. Hidden Dragon Slayer is turned face up. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater and opponent controls. The reason why I want this card is because there's very, very strong monsters out now. So I'll pay 3 to Megamorph him, then it becomes a 3/2, and then I get to destroy a creature on your side. That's causing me a little bit of problem. So you have quite a few of them into your deck. You could do some damage. Alright, so we got Collected Company. It's a 4-drop instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So a good way to build your army up. Actually, a really good way. Only for 4-drop, that's pretty good. So we got Illusory Gains, 5-drop enchantment. You control or enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, attach this to that creature. So basically, you'll be every time they'll play a monster, you actually be coming to your side. So really, they could play a weak monster if you are controlling one of their stronger monsters in order to get their strong monster back, and then you control their weak monster. So it's back and forth. We got another Zergo Bell Striker. Not gonna go over that. Seen him already. All in all, this is actually a pretty decent box. You got a Plainsy Walker. Now we got a Corpse Weft. It's a 3-drop enchantment. Pay 2. Exile 1 or more creature cards from your library. put an X black zombie horror creature token onto the battlefield, where X is twice the number of cards exiled this way. Woo! Wow, so you can exile all of your creature. Whoa! Oh my god, I'm gonna put that in my deck. X is twice one or more creature cards from your deck. Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Kolaghan's commands. 3-drop. Instant, choose 2. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card. Destroy target artifact. Or Kolaghan's command deals 2 damage to creature or player. I like that card. So, pretty good choices too. Destroy target artifact. Maybe Commander, but Atraka's command or Tarka's command. Instant. Another command. Back-to-back commands. Choose 2. Your opponent can't gain life this turn. This card deals 3 damage to each opponent. You may put a land card from your hand to the battlefield, or creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain reach until the end of the turn. So for a 2-drop, that has pretty decent effects. We're gonna sneeze. Oh god. Okay, I'm back. I only have 3 packs left. 3 packs left. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow. Descent of the Dragons. 6-drop. Destroy any number of target creatures. For each creature destroyed this way, its controller puts a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So I have a lot of tokens that, token cards that like create goblins or warriors. So I'll be playing that card, turning them all into flying dragons, 4/4 instead of 1/1s, and then I'll be destroying some people. So, oh man, I can't believe. Wow, 4 out of 5 so far. We have 1 pack left, so we could get a Bolt Wing. All right. Stratus Dancer. It's a 2-drop. Jin Monk. Flying Megamorph. When it is turned face up, counter instant or sorcery. Boring. Boring. All right, here it is. This is it. If we can get all 5, in one freaking pack or 1 box, woo, that'd be awesome. Nope. We got a Thunderbreak Regent. It's a 4 creature dragon. Whenever a dragon you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbeak Regent deals damage to that player. Wait, whenever a dragon you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbreak Regent deals damage. Woo! Wow. That actually would go good in my deck also. Wow. Alright, I cannot believe that. Descent of the Dragons. Hidden Dragon Slayer. Dragon Tempest. We got a freaking Sarkhan. Dragon Lord Kolaghan. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Awesome box. Awesome box. So, on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the way I set this up this time. I know a lot of you guys liked the last time I did it, how I had the picture over here. And this time I have my lists pop up every now and then showing you guys what cards I am looking for. So it's fun. It keeps things interesting instead of just me opening up a box. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and keep watching. Please like and subscribe, share, and do whatever you can with this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.